Well, the ACT Party is renewing its calls to scrap the Human Rights Commission. They say they are left-wing activists masquerading as politically neutral bureaucrats. They use the examples that Julia Aumua-Whaiputi comes direct from left-wing criminal justice reform group Just Speak, where she has promoted a world without prisons, as well as highlighting the appointment of Claire Charters, who is an Indigenous rights scholar and activist and a co-author of the radically divisive He Puapua report. ACT Justice spokesperson is Todd Stephenson, and he joins us on the platform. G'day, Todd.
How are you, Leah? Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you. Now, I know you've embarked on a bit of a tour, which I'm going to get to at the end of all of this. But so first, according to their website, right, the Human Rights Commission works with the government and civil society to advocate and promote respect for human rights and to promote harmonious relations in New Zealand. Now, on paper, that sounds fine. But you and the ACT Party are saying it's anything but. Am I right, Todd?
Absolutely. No, I mean, what we've seen is the Human Rights Commission has become quite a politically, I suppose, activist organisation and has really, we think, less focused on universal human rights, which ACT believes in, and is actually now very much into promoting quite divisive policies and, in fact, calling the government racist.
Yeah, because you've said that the Commission has become irrelevant but even dangerous when it cannot defend our most basic human rights. So can you elaborate? You've just given an example of them calling the government, the coalition government, racist. Have you got other examples?
Well, yes. I mean, I think, look, let me be clear. ACT believes in human rights, but what we believe in is universal human rights. So, protection of property, the right for personal safety, freedom of speech, things of that nature. What the Human Rights Commission has really been embarked on in recent times is actually, it seems to be obsessed with what we would call race and identity. And it's actually, advocating for different rights for New Zealanders based on, who their ancestors were, which we just think is wrong.
Yes, you have said that they actively campaign for policies that divide Māori from non-Māori, and they are obsessed with race and identity. When you do have a look at their website, one of the first parts of it says that, they will act under Te Tiriti, which, again, that does tell you where they're living.
Coming from.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, so they might, they might turn up at a select committee, say on... the local government Maori wards, and they're saying, well, actually, they think co-governance is completely fine. And in fact, that, governance arrangements in New Zealand should be based on race rather than kind of universal human rights is what ACT believes in. So, that's where we've come from. We have said that, ACT believes that we should keep the Human Rights Review Tribunal, which is actually the organisation you go to when you believe one of your human rights has been, breached or in some way. So we're saying let's keep that body. It does some really great work. It's, more of a quasi-judicial body that says, okay, well, what was the right? Has it been breached, etc. But let's get rid of the actual Human Rights Commission, which, has become very kind of politically active and, as I said, is actually criticising a government as racist.
Do you think, because you did mention, Todd, that, ACT does believe in human rights and wants that to still be strong. Do you think we have as a country, do we have a strong record, do you think, of human rights and that we have been good at and still good at redressing past wrongdoings?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, New Zealand has an excellent track record of human rights. We've signed up to the Declaration on Human Rights. We have the Bill of Rights. And you're right, we've seen injustices in the past, and I think our Waitangi tribunal process of actually redressing, where lands and other wrongs were done to Māori, I think has been a really successful, land confiscations, I should say, has been a really successful process, and we've actually tried to address, the taking of someone's land. That is a universal human right that, ACT can get behind, and that's why we've always backed the Waitangi tribunal process and the redress that it's brought. But, when we start to, get into areas where you're wanting to actually have different governance arrangements and different rights for New Zealanders based on their race. We're out.